The monster scientists tried to hide from the world. In a world full of secrets, there are stories that should never come to light. Over the years, scientists have explored the limits of nature, and in some cases they have gone too far. But not everything they discover or create is shared with the world. Some findings are so disturbing, so dangerous, that they become the best-kept secrets, until now. Today, I'll take you on a journey through 10 creatures that, according to rumors and investigations, scientists tried to hide from the world. From animals that defy all logic to experiments that spiraled out of control, we'll uncover the stories behind these monstrosities. We'll go from the least to the most terrifying, starting with creatures whose existence is puzzling, until we reach the most horrifying monster, the one that could change our understanding of danger and science forever. Get ready, because what you are about to discover is not for the faint of heart. Ready to begin? Number 10. We begin this list with a case that combines mystery, conspiracy, and secret science. In the 10th spot, we find a creature that has been sighted near one of the most secretive and heavily guarded facilities on the planet, Area 51. Its name is not recorded in any scientific book, but witnesses simply call it the Bird of Area 51. Area 51 is an epicenter of conspiracy theories. From extraterrestrial experiments to secret technology, this place has been the subject of rumors for decades. But among the most unsettling stories is the appearance of a winged being of enormous proportions, described as a gigantic bird, larger than any known species on Earth. Reports of the Bird of Area 51 began surfacing in the 1990s, when facility workers and locals from nearby areas reported sightings of a creature with a wingspan of over 6 meters. Some said its shape resembled a prehistoric bird, while others claimed its movements were too precise and mechanical to be natural. According to these accounts, the creature was never seen during the day, only in the darkness of the night, gliding silently through the skies of the Nevada desert. What was it doing there? No one knows for sure, but rumors suggest it could be a classified genetic experiment, or even an attempt to resurrect extinct species like the Argentavis, a prehistoric bird known as one of the largest ever to exist. Although there is no definitive proof of its existence, the few sightings have left many with more questions than answers. What is this bird? Why does it appear near such a secretive military base? And most importantly, why has no one spoken openly about it? The Bird of Area 51 may seem like a minor case compared to what's coming next on this list. But remember, this is just the beginning. The creatures that await you in the following spots are even more terrifying. Number 9. In the number 9 spot on this list, we leave the desert skies behind to dive into the dark and treacherous rivers of the Amazon. Home to a creature that, according to rumors, could be the most lethal predator ever recorded. Many know it as the Amazon's killer fish, a creature supposedly discovered by scientists during expeditions deep in the jungle. However, what they found was so terrifying and dangerous that they decided to hide its existence from the world. This is not an ordinary fish, but a beast whose bite, according to reports, would make even sharks seem harmless. The Amazon is known for its extreme biodiversity, and at the same time, for its hidden dangers. From voracious piranhas to giant snakes, this river is home to some of the most fearsome creatures on the planet. But the Amazon's killer fish seems to belong to an entirely different category. According to leaked reports, this creature was discovered during a biological investigation in a remote Amazon tributary. Scientists described it as a massive fish, over 5 meters long, with a jaw lined with razor-sharp teeth. Its bite was so powerful that it could crush human bones in seconds. But it's not just its size that makes it terrifying. The Amazon's killer fish is said to be more than a passive predator. It appears to be extremely aggressive and territorial. Researchers who studied its behavior classified it as the perfect hunter, capable of stalking its prey in complete silence before striking with shocking speed and force. Rumors suggest that scientists attempted to capture and study this creature, but the results were disastrous. Some say it destroyed the nets and cages meant to contain it, while others believe the experiments revealed such dangerous characteristics that its existence was kept secret to avoid mass panic. If this creature still lurks in the depths of the Amazon, humans would have a lot to worry about. Because if a shark scares you, imagine something faster, stronger, and possibly lurking in rivers that appear calm at first glance. And although the Amazon's killer fish takes the number 9 spot, in number 8, we leave the rivers behind to venture into the night skies of a place shrouded in shadows, where a creature, according to rumors, lurks in complete darkness, moving with an impossible precision and stealth. Number 8. Sightings have been reported of a creature that defies logic. Witnesses describe a being with an enormous wingspan, gliding silently through the skies. Some call it a monster. Others simply refer to it as the giant Amazon bat. This bat is described as a being with a wingspan exceeding 4 meters, comparable to the size of a small airplane. Its movements are completely silent, making it an almost invisible predator. Some believe it could be an unknown relative of vampire bats, while others suggest it may be a prehistoric species that somehow survived extinction. According to stories, this creature doesn't just hunt small animals. It has also been linked to mysterious disappearances of livestock and even people. Its aggressive behavior and ability to stalk its prey undetected make it a threat to both humans and animals alike. Some scientists working in the region supposedly attempted to capture the giant bat for study, but they were never able to obtain conclusive evidence. The few leaked reports indicate that this creature could pose a lethal challenge if its existence were ever confirmed. The giant Amazon bat is a reminder that no matter how much we think we know about the world, there are still secrets hidden beneath the cover of night. And while it holds the number 8 spot, what comes next on this list is even more terrifying. Number 7. In the 7th spot, we leave behind the dark skies of the Amazon to face a danger that emerges from the depths of the earth. Imagine a place where the sand holds secrets, where every vibration beneath your feet could signal something terrifying. Here, in the desert scarred by ancient nuclear tests, a creature was born that should not exist. They call it the mutant desert scorpion, and its existence is the result of a mistake that perhaps should never have happened. Rumors about its existence began after nuclear tests were conducted in the deserts of Nevada and other parts of the world. Witnesses claim to have seen scorpions over 2 meters long, with pincers strong enough to crush rocks, and a stinger whose toxin is not only deadly but, according to unconfirmed reports, could paralyze a person within seconds. Some classified documents leaked by former employees of these facilities suggest that the effects of radiation on the scorpions in the area were not accidental. Scientists had allegedly been studying how induced mutations could create more resilient and lethal organisms for purposes that remain in the shadows. Today, the mutant desert scorpion remains a mystery. Is it just a myth fueled by the fear of nuclear tests? Or does it truly exist, lurking in the scorching heat, waiting for the perfect moment to strike? And although this creature takes the number 7 spot, what comes next raises the level of terror even further. We move on to the next entry, where experiments stop being mistakes and become deliberate nightmares. Number 6. During the Cold War, the race for power led scientists and the military to push the limits of what was possible. Weapons, technology, genetic experiments. Everything was on the table, but among these projects, one stands out for its brutality and secrecy. Project Attilla. The objective of Project Attilla was clear: to create a new type of weapon. Leaked documents suggest that scientists were working on genetic hybrids, crossing dogs with wolves and other species to design creatures that were stronger, faster, and extremely loyal. These dogs were intended to be used as combat units, capable of tracking and attacking without mercy. According to rumors, the initial results were impressive. The animals of Project Attilla exhibited extraordinary strength and endurance, along with an aggression that made them nearly unstoppable in combat. However, there was a problem. The scientists lost control. Some dogs became unstable, even attacking their own trainers. The darkest records suggest that there were multiple human casualties before the project was shut down. The fate of these dogs remains a mystery. Some believe they were exterminated to prevent them from becoming an uncontrollable threat. Others think that a few escaped and mixed with wild populations, leaving traces of their genetic legacy in wolves and feral dogs. If Project Attilla showed us the horrors of using science to create living weapons, what comes next takes us into a place straight out of a horror movie. In the number 5 spot on this list, we uncover an island shrouded in secrecy, where scientific experiments crossed lines that should never have been touched. Number 5. Plum Island, located off the coast of New York, is known as the home of a highly secretive laboratory specializing in animal diseases. Officially, its purpose was to protect livestock from infectious diseases, but rumors say that beneath this facade, far darker experiments were conducted. According to leaked theories, the scientists on Plum Island were not only studying diseases, but also conducting genetic modification experiments. They used animals as test subjects to develop organisms that were more resilient, more lethal, and more uncontrollable. It was during one of these experiments that one of the most terrifying creatures ever reported may have been born, the Montauk monster. In 2008, a strange corpse washed up on the shores near Montauk, Long Island. The creature, with pale skin and a grotesque face, did not match any known species. Although authorities quickly dismissed the case as a decomposed animal, conspiracy theorists pointed to Plum Island, arguing that the monster was the result of an experiment that escaped or was discarded into the water. Rumors claim that this was not an isolated case. Some people believe that other similar experiments were released or disposed of to cover up the true nature of what was happening on the island. If these creatures still exist, they could be lurking in the shadows, waiting for their moment to emerge. Plum Island reminds us that not everything done in the name of science is for the common good. And while the experiment on this island holds the number 5 spot, in the next entry on this list, we travel to the frozen depths of Antarctica, where rumors suggest that a creature lies hidden beneath kilometers of ice in a lake isolated from the world for millions of years. Number 4. Deep in Antarctica, beneath nearly 4 kilometers of ice, lies Lake Vostok, one of the oldest and most isolated bodies of water on the planet. For millions of years, this lake has remained completely cut off from the rest of the world, protected by a natural barrier that has kept it in a state of perfect isolation. In 2012, a team of Russian scientists managed to drill through the ice and reach the lake. The goal was to study life forms capable of surviving in extreme conditions. However, what they found was far beyond their expectations. According to leaked theories, the presence of a creature completely unknown to science may have been detected. Unofficial reports describe this creature as a giant aquatic predator, capable of adapting to the darkness and freezing temperatures of the lake. With elongated tentacles and an unsettling agility, this life form is said to be the result of millions of years of isolated evolution, creating a being perfectly designed to hunt in the depths. But this is where the story takes a darker turn. Rumors claim that scientists managed to capture tissue samples from this creature, and analysis revealed a biology completely different from any known organism. Some even suggest that this predator may have attacked the team, leaving several researchers missing under suspicious circumstances. What really lies beneath the ice of Lake Vostok? Could this creature pose a threat to the outside world if it ever managed to escape? These questions remain unanswered, while Lake Vostok continues to guard its secrets beneath impenetrable layers of ice. And although this monster takes the number 4 spot, the remaining creatures on this list are even more terrifying. Get ready, because in the number 3 spot, we descend into the most unexplored depths of the planet, the Mariana Trench. Here, In the ocean's most hidden realm, rumors suggest that a gigantic predator lurks, one that could redefine our fear of the unknown. Number 3. The Mariana Trench, over 11 kilometers deep, is the most unexplored place on Earth. This underwater abyss harbors creatures that defy all logic, beings that have evolved in complete darkness under crushing pressure. But among these unique life forms, there is said to be something far more terrifying, a giant sea serpent that has remained hidden for centuries. Rumors of the underwater serpent began to surface after several scientific expeditions. Some unconfirmed reports speak of an elongated organism, over 30 meters long, moving with incredible speed and stealth. According to descriptions, its skin is thick and dark, perfect for camouflaging in the deep waters, and it is believed to have jaws capable of crushing even the toughest structures. One of the most chilling accounts comes from a team that, during a deep-sea dive, captured unknown noises through their hydrophones. Shortly after, sonar detected a massive object moving at an incredible speed. The team never publicly confirmed what they saw, but rumors suggest they came face to face with the sea serpent. Some scientists believe this serpent could be a prehistoric survivor, a species that managed to adapt to the extreme conditions of the Mariana Trench. However, others suggest that its aggressive behavior could pose a real threat if it ever decided to venture into shallower waters. The Mariana Trench's sea serpent is a reminder that, in the depths of the ocean, true terror may still be lurking. But if this creature sounds like something out of a nightmare, get ready, because what you're about to discover is not a mistake of nature, but a nightmare created by our own hands. Number 2. Throughout history, science has attempted to surpass the barriers of biology, but sometimes these pursuits have led to experiments that should never have been conducted. According to rumors and unconfirmed reports, there are secret laboratories where scientists have worked on creating human-animal hybrids, beings designed to combine the most lethal traits of the animal kingdom with human intelligence. These hybrids, known in some circles as the lab spawns, were allegedly the result of classified genetic experiments. According to these theories, the goal was to develop superorganisms capable of surviving in extreme environments, but the outcome was far darker. Reports describe creatures with deformed bodies, combining human limbs with animal traits such as fangs, claws, and resistant skin. The most disturbing case of these experiments comes from a supposed clandestine laboratory in Asia, where hybrids were allegedly created for military testing. Rumors claim that one of these beings escaped, leaving a series of unexplained attacks in rural areas before vanishing into the wild. Authorities, according to these theories, covered up the case to prevent mass panic. Beyond their terrifying appearance, human-animal hybrids would be extremely dangerous. With the strength and reflexes of a predator and intelligence that rivals human cognition, these beings pose both a physical and moral threat. If they were ever to reproduce or escape en masse, the consequences would be catastrophic. The human-animal hybrid ranks at number 2 for being a creation that not only defies science, but also questions the ethical boundaries of our humanity. So far, we've traveled a path filled with horrors and secrets that defy logic, from the giant bird of Area 51 to the killer fish of the Amazon, passing through the giant bat and the mutant scorpion, creatures born from the darkest secrets of nature and science. We've also uncovered terrifying human experiments, from the dogs of Project Attilla to the monsters of Plum Island. Before confronting the mysteries of Lake Vostok, the Mariana Trench, and human-animal hybrids. But after all this, what creature could surpass everything we've seen? Number 1. At the number 1 spot on this list is a being that blends myth, reality, and conspiracy. A creature whose legend extends across the world, but one that may have a much darker origin than we ever imagined. Get ready, because it's time to talk about the experimental chupacabra. The chupacabra is one of the most well-known legends in Latin America and beyond. Since its first appearance in the 1990s, Reports of this creature have caused both panic and fascination. But what if I told you that the chupacabra is not just a legend, but the result of a genetic experiment that went horribly wrong? According to conspiracy theories, the true story of the chupacabra traces back to a secret laboratory where scientists were working on genetic modifications in animals to develop new species resistant to diseases. However, something went wrong. Rumors suggest that one of these creatures, designed to be strong, agile, and extremely aggressive, managed to escape from the facility. The chupacabra is described as a medium-sized creature with glowing eyes and a set of fangs capable of completely draining the blood from its prey. What's most unsettling is its behavior. It hunts with surgical precision, leaving behind the corpses of animals completely devoid of blood, a phenomenon that even experts struggle to explain. Reports of the chupacabra have surfaced in multiple countries, from Puerto Rico to the United States, leading many to believe that the creature not only escaped, but also managed to reproduce or was deliberately released in different regions. This could explain why its sightings are so widespread and why it remains an unresolved mystery. But wait, don't leave just yet, because although the experimental chupacabra takes the #1 spot, there's still one more place left on this list. Ground Zero. Deep in Central Africa, a legend circulates about a creature known as the Pale Shadow, a completely white hyena with red eyes that, according to locals, should never be seen by humans. It is said that this hyena is not only a harbinger of death, but also an aberration of nature. In 1997, a team of biologists studying wildlife in a remote area reported seeing this strange animal. Although they took photos and collected hair samples, the data mysteriously disappeared when the team returned. Some believe the scientists hid their findings because the creature represented a genetic anomaly that could have exposed ethically questionable practices, such as genetic hybridization experiments on wild animals.